All right, guys, I just did my Crucible. This one was a very stressful one. I had to beat his efficiency, and he was so efficient that he got the highest score I've ever seen ever. So I don't think I'm going to get to face Taco, which is unfortunate. You do see me there in the background. I'm trying to recreate everything that I said as I said it because I had my mic turned off, unfortunately. So let's do these fights. I think I did some interesting stuff, and we'll talk about it. Obviously, that Darkhold team was really stressful, and yeah, pretty rough. Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna do these basically in order. I'm gonna go from stages 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're gonna do it like that. And I'm never gonna unplug my mic again because I don't know. It's better when it's authentic and comes right away, right? So here we go into the Asgard team, and I gotta give a shout out to my man Mo. He gave me a different counter for the Asgardian team that I wasn't using before that doesn't involve Eternals, and I think that's great, and I think it really takes a lot of the value away from the Asgardians in Crucible, which is kind of cool because I don't really want to face them on defense. So there's that. And here it is. So the idea is you're going to get to do your Doom ultimate before they get a turn, right? So what we want to do is do a bunch of damage to them, get defense down on them. That's why I have Spider-Man here. We're going to ult, and then we don't want to kill anybody in case that procs Valkyrie. And we don't want to push the Thor so that he's ulting into our Doom bots. So you got to be very careful with that. Essentially what that means is that you're going to have to hit Thor at least twice with Doom. And that could cause his proc to go off, and then you don't have your Doom bots, and then you're in big trouble. So if you get to that last attack and you're going to hit Doom and it's going to kill him, instead of hitting somebody else, just use your special and then get an extra basic with Doom. But it's pretty tough, right? So what I am trying to analyze is who has the most life, because I want to do damage to them. I don't really want to kill anybody here. Now, I could have also used the ultimate from Deathpool on Thor so that he has less charges. That could be a way you do it, but I thought maybe the damage from my Deathpool would just be too high. So we didn't do that. And then, of course, we go to the edge. Right to left, we're going to get a whole bunch of defense down and slow out there. And now Doom ults. And now here's the time where you see Thor has, 3 charges now. So if we were to hit, we can hit one other person not named Thor and be okay. Instead of do that, he almost dies. Black Bolt almost screws it up. And then we go. So this was a very good win. Shout out to Mo again. This is an amazing team for Crucible. A lot of characters that just have good value here. Even Doom is kind of the only defensive loss, but I can accept that. Spider-Man's replaceable on the Web Warriors. Alright, so now we do the Web Warriors, and we have our new favorite counter against Web Warriors, and that is the Bionic Avengers. Though you don't want to use Hulkbuster. It's too slow, and you're going to eat damage there, especially the Miles ultimate, which is going to give you Disrupt. So when that happens, your Deathlock is not giving offense up to everybody. Instead, what you want to do is get that offense up on everybody by having a speed character in there. Now, I like using Fury because I have Fury built up. You can also use Black Widow. Her speed is guaranteed on Avenger allies. All the Bionic Avengers do have that Avenger tag. But even still, I think there's a good chance you're going to have to take a hit from Miles, even with the speed up. He does go at some point here. So if Black Widow is a little bit on the weaker side, she's not going to have defense up. That's the upside of Fury. He gives himself defense up. The downside is obviously that this takes away from your Secret Avengers team, though you're going to see I actually don't even use that team here. So it's all unavoidable damage because we have 4 Bionic Avengers. Always make sure you have 4 of them. Yeah, so you see, even with the speed up, Miles does go. That does a whack load of damage, so you want to be careful with that. Having a weak Black Widow, I think, would be bad for your efficiency. And with this guy, he did such a crazy job in efficiency. Like, I knew I had to really blow this one out of the park. So there's that. We get through it. Now we move on to that third team, that astonishing team. Took out Kitty, because why would you keep Kitty? And threw in Wolverine. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use the Eternals team. But Loki is a huge liability in Cosmic Crucible, especially for efficiency. This guy did use Loki against my Black Order, and it just so happened he got targeted. Loki died. That's like the only place where he stumbled. So instead, I'm going to use Emma here. I got my Shang-Chi, I got my Silver Surfer, so I have a lot of characters that go very quickly. But here's the thing. Icarus is going to go before Cersei here, which means Beast is going to ultimate. Because, for sure, Icarus is going to knock them below 50%, at least a couple of them. He's going to ultimate, it means they're going to have a bunch of buffs. That's why I'm bringing in Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi is going to absolutely annihilate them when they have those 3 buffs. And then I have Silver Surfer on the off chance that, like, Icarus goes before Silver Surfer, so he could ult, and then Silver Surfer, I don't know if Silver Surfer would still go before Beast, but even if he doesn't, then Silver Surfer can special and put a bunch of defense downs on those hugely buffed characters. Now right now what I'm doing on the screen is I'm looking for any kind of replacement that would be better than Silver Surfer. Somebody that could get me around that Bishop and able to stop the Beast, because I mean if they don't get the buffs, that's even better. But every character that I kind of come across, whether it be Lady Deathstrike, Spider-Woman, they're all too fast, and they'll just hit Bishop, and then Bishop is going to ultimate. So there was really no point in doing this. Instead, go with the Silver Surfer, so that you either ability block the Bishop, and he can only basic, or with the Icarus, who'll do a turn meter rewind. Surfer goes first. Probably the worst case scenario, but still not the end of the world. Here comes the ultimate. I hit, ouch. So that was I guess the second worst character it could have been on. Obviously Emma would have been just as bad, maybe a little bit worse because she's weaker. But somebody who didn't have defense down, which is unfortunate. But as you see, they got all those buffs. Beast has 5 buffs on him right now, which means he's getting his entire team killed. So this was good in the sense that it was only 4 turns, but Shang-Chi did lose 1 point for efficiency, and that's horrible. Absolutely horrible. And yeah, this is so close. Yeah. Anyway, we'll talk about it at the end. So Mystic Amplification, we're going to go ahead and throw Infinity Watch at this one. I kind of debate, like, I could use Kestrel here in place of, like, Phyla-Vell, but Phyla-Vell gives the damage. I could use it in place of Moondragon, but Moondragon is a healer and does the huge heal. So there was really no spot to use Kestrel that would make sense in this fight. Also, if Zemo Ultimate would have cleared her buffs, and then he put a debuff on her, that would have made the Dark Hunter people go faster, and if they targeted Kestrel as well, she could have died, or at the very least, she would have taken just a bunch of damage. And that would be really bad for efficiency, right? And also, I don't think I can kill this team quickly enough before Cloak uses his ultimate. I think that would kill Kestrel too. But anyway, so there you go. We're going to start on this Ghost Rider. We start on the Ghost Rider. You don't want his passive to start cranking you in the face. So he's very easy to kill. Because we have the immunity, no debuffs go out. His turn is only at 127. That's after Gamora, so he gets wrecked. And here, this is where I lost the Crucible because I just got absolutely demolished by that Cloak. This room was so oppressive. But yeah, so we're going to clear all that, and then Moondragon's going to go take a big damage from Dagger as well. I didn't really appreciate that. But we have healer on Moondragon, right? So we're going to go ahead, throw out the slow and turn meter rewind. I decided to throw it on the Zemo just because he's super weak. So I kind of was setting him up for the Gamora ultimate, which is exactly what happens. Now we have offense up. We get to use the special here. And with any luck, we'll get that Morbius killed. We absolutely do. Now we'll kill the Dagger. We absolutely do. And finally, the Cloak. Now, we did heal up a lot from the Moondragon, but we're still going to lose 1 point of efficiency on Adam Warlock. And then that Cloak hits us so hard to end it off. But with Drain, our Gamora got to like 76%. So we didn't lose 1 efficiency point for her, I don't think. I'll have to recheck that. But that's what the bar looked like. As the first 4 fights, those ones I knew I would win at least pretty quickly. These 2 were a different story. Now, I went full offense here. Full offense. So, I do have my unlimited. I went ahead and I took Cable off for obvious reasons. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Omega Red. Because I think Omega Red is going to get me through this fight faster than Phantom X. Well, I know he'll get me through it faster than Phantom X. Because of that drain mechanic on his basic, he is a striker. The issue I have is that I have so many strikers on that team, which was 3 strikers. I didn't really foresee that. I just came over here to check the Dazzler Ultimate. I wanted to see if it cleansed everybody. It doesn't. It only cleanses unlimited people. Super unfortunate. I really wish I didn't turn my mic off. This would have been so better if it was live and I didn't have to rewatch this train wreck. So yeah, we're gonna go in here, and we're gonna fix that before we go in. And grab that Omega Red, buddy. Stop overthinking it. He's global. Do it. So now it's only 130k punch up, but it's Darkhold. It's a 7 red star Morgan. It's gonna take a lot to kill her. I looked at Spider-Woman, but she'll go the same time as Rogue. Same with Lady Deathstrike. So that's a bad idea because then Morgan will go before Rogue. You don't want that. So I go in with this, and let's see what happens. 7 red star Morgan. Do we land it? We do, which is good because I switched my Rogue to Striker. She does get, I think, 300% focus, so she should land that. Next, I wanted to go ahead and throw the ability block on Agatha. I wanted to stop her from using her ultimate. Keep offense up, or offense down off of us for a little bit here. Lands, that's good. We get the defense down, that's not so great. I'm going to ultimate here to clear that, and it gets 1000% focus, so you always want to throw that at Wong. Make sure he doesn't get the taunt. Now this is where this fight all goes wrong. I'm like, okay, I need to kill the Agatha. I want to try and get this ability block on her, but dang, it gets resisted, and we're just so screwed now. But the percentile damage was huge on her, which was great. We get to use the Sunfire ultimate, or sorry, special into ultimate, which means Omega Red will ult with offense up next turn if he were to get there. Surprise, Morgan's dead. That was so much damage on the Morgan. She didn't get to go to stealth because Rogue special puts the trauma and the disrupt, so that was fantastic. And now we're trying to fight to get through this as quickly as possible. But we're eating so many turns, and then that happens. So we didn't get to control the Agatha enough. She would have cleansed herself with that ability block anyway from too much damage from Omega Red. I know that's kind of a funny thing to say. And then Scarlet Witch does that. So yeah, just Darkhold ruining all my Crucible fun again. Seems to be a theme. Go ahead and rewind the Wong, but more importantly, get that blind on him so that he can't, or so that his counterattacks don't work anymore. And then we kill Agatha. Now that's a great kill, because now no more stealth, right? So I can kind of just kill at will now. But this offense down is so oppressive. It's just too much to handle. Of course, Rogue is going to trash people anyway. That's just what Rogue does. And you see, I'm not getting many crits, so I don't have all these nice vulnerables for, like, Omega Red to beat up into. We did good against Agatha and Morgan, but yeah. So, look, a score of 184 is so high. You can already tell right now that this one's kind of a big fat L. 50,184 is huge. Like, he did nearly perfect. It's just so impressive. And I have my Dormhold, which I did have. I knew that if I got Taco Shooter here instead of having to fight to face him in the finals, he's a huge crack, and I wanted all of my weapons at my disposal. So I did pull them for offense. I pulled everything for offense, essentially. If I were to face him, I'd probably throw some extra stuff on defense to try and trip him up, knowing that, like, I didn't really need to use Omega Red, so I couldn't have threw a crazy mutant team up there. Secret Avengers, I could have found a different use than Fury and went like that. But Darkhold is great against Wakanda. Darkhold alone would beat this team because Morgan stops the counters from Okoye, and she's got that ability block that she throws out on Doom, right? And even with the offense down, Wong's going to clear that pretty soon here, and then you just get to go crazy on them. But it takes too many turns. Like, my enemy, all of his matches, except one, I think, were sub 20, or higher than 20 turn points. So, shout out to him, man. He did great. He was fantastic. We get the big heal from Agatha to make sure everyone ends healthy. I get to clear the offense down off of Heartless and Morgan because Wong's a striker. And Killmonger's actually going to come in, but we flipped his offense up to offense down, so this does very little damage considering how big he was. And now Striker Morgan's going to do her thing. We got a vulnerable over here on the Black Panther. There goes Doombot and Doom. Black Panther's going to get destroyed by this in a second. Bam. He'll bleed out if we want to, but we're still just going to try and beat up this corner over here. There they go. And finally, we'll take her out. Now I'm going to move myself, the future me or new me, so you can see how sad I am. Look how sad this guy is. It's okay, buddy. We'll get him next time. We'll face Taco next time. This was a good Crucible. He did super good. I did my best. And I'm the fucking best. You heard it here first, folks. We're fighting Taco Shooter in the finals. Let's go! Alright guys, well that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Stay happy, healthy, have fun, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.